What is happening, people? I'm skipping the intro today. There's no time for it. I just want to say that was one of the most disgusting performances I've ever seen. It was pathetic. We weren't able to pass the ball. We weren't able to control the ball. I feel like at no point we were really looking threatening at all. The only time we were, it was either Romero helping us out with a deflected goal or a penalty, or able to just beat him with the press, and we're able to regain the ball high up. Besides that, we never broke them down. We're never able to get any intricate passes, any nice style passages of play. It was such a ugly, cagey game. And fair play to Tottenham. I think they played well, but every time they pressed us, our team just buckled. We panicked. We didn't even try, compose ourselves, look to see who's open, just get rid of that ball because otherwise they knew they were going to bully us and take it off us. I think there was a few poor decisions from the start. I get Trossard was out, but starting Eddie and Jesus together just didn't give us any threat. I think Jesus looked okay in moments at the wing, sort of driving down, but it was just that. It was very small moments. Saka on the other wing, even though he sort of got the two goals or two goal contributions, that was mainly Romero. I feel like he didn't really get into that game as well. I think it would have been a lot better if Jesus was down the middle and we just rocked with a Reece Nelson or an Emil Smith Rowe. At least people more in their traditional position and give us a little bit more balance. I think Fabio Vieira as well in that midfield was completely overrun. We all sort of took that performance against Everton and was like, okay, he can handle these big physical teams. But I think the problem with that is, myself included, we got a bit overhyped in that Everton game. They weren't trying to press us at all. Yes, they had three powerful midfielders, but they all sat back and allowed us the time on the ball. Tottenham didn't. As soon as Vieira got the ball, I feel like he was literally manhandled, carried off the pitch sometimes, and that ball was not able to stick with him. And I think that is a really big concern going forward against these bigger, more physical teams that are willing to press. Um, my mind scrambled because I thought that's exactly what the performance was. I did say on AFTV that I thought it'd be a cagey, lucky 2-1 win, and we weren't able to get that. Jorginho, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing. Wasn't able to get the ball under his feet controlled, and it was his own doing. He had time. He didn't have to wait for the other team to sort of press him. He could have just made a simple pass, kept it moving, but often that's what we try and do. We try and always hold the ball, sometimes to the detriment of ourselves. I think it was poor all around. The very few compliments I can give is Saliba had his moments, but again, we conceded two. Thought Kai Havertz off the bench probably was actually his best game. Came in, drove with the ball, made some passes, looked forward. Got at the end of one chance, didn't do well enough though. His finishing is going to have to start coming into question. But besides that, I thought the whole team was poor. There weren't too many good things about it. And then I thought Arteta also with his substitutions. Why did Jesus come on? Why did Jesus come off? Why did Eddie stay on? At the end of that game, yes, we sort of had 10 to 15 minutes of pushing on them and sort of dominant control, but it wasn't. Like, there was no player on that pitch you sort of thought was going to score. We had Emil Smith Rowe, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Havertz, Odegaard, and injured Saka. They probably saw that threat and they did not respect us at all. They knew they were going to win that game. I think, or not win that game. They knew they were going to draw that game, and we didn't even be able to, weren't able to break them down. I think we were a bit lucky as well. Romero sort of aided us two goals, and then Postecoglou taken off Son and Madison at the 70th minute or so. I think if they were on, I think we would have had a really long night. I think they probably could have picked a potential winner. If it was either of the two teams, I'd probably give it to them, to be honest. At least they were a little bit dynamic, pressing, on that counter attack, looked a bit lively. We had absolutely nothing. I think, we're definitely going to have to do much better in that return leg fixture, and we're going to have to win that game. I think there's going to be no excuses. You know, we can't already be slipping this far behind Man City and then also be dropping a lot of points everywhere else. I think that's it for today. My mind's a bit scrambled. Let me know in the comments section what you thought of the game. Personally, I just thought it wasn't good enough. You wouldn't even expect that level of sloppiness, probably from some under 10s. And that was absolutely terrible. So that's it. Make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the game, and I'll catch you in that next video. Peace.